Ram Ram Bhai Logo, my name is Jitu and welcome to Jitu Beats Global. Today in this video, we will see the introduction of FL Studio. So let's do it. So here we are in the FL Studio software, and in my opinion, FL Studio is the best. Is one of the best. I think it's the best software for music production. Your opinion may differ from my opinion if you are using something else like Cubase or Logic Pro or Pro Tools or any other software. But I think that FL Studio's UI, user interface, and the features it have, it's just amazing. It's fantastic. So we'll see the introduction step by step. So without wasting any time, let's do it. So first of all, I will tell you about this section. This section have a lot of tabs like file, edit, add, pattern. So I will tell you that what these things will do when you will use the software. Thereafter we will move to the right hand side of the software. Here we have some knobs and buttons, and I will teach you about each and everything here. So let's do it. So this is the core basic introduction video. If you are starting out using FL Studio, then you have to see this video with a lot of concentrated attention so that you can understand that what this software is all about and how to use the software. Okay, so we will start from this file menu. So file menu have a lot of options here. New, basic with limiter, new from template, open, save as, new version, import, export. So I will tell you about each and everything here. So this is the new file, new with 808 with basic limiter. So this is the template which was pre-built, pre-installed, pre-setted in the FL Studio software. So if you'll click on this, then it will create a new file. So these are the basic drum samples which are presetted in this template. So if you will click on this thing, that file with the basic 808 with limiter, then you will see this type of thing, and most of people use this for creating a new file. Okay, and new from template here the FL Studio provided a lot of templates. If you want to make some specific kind of music like hip hop, EDM or whatever, then you can use these templates. So here we can see in detail about these templates. So देखो यहाँ पे जो है breakbeat, chill out, ambient, chill outs, drum and bass, dubstep, EDM, house, electro, hip hop, trap. So these are the genres of music which a lot of people mostly create. So they provided with the template of all these things so that you can reduce your burden of setting it up everything from scratch. Here is the open button. This button is used for opening the file which is already created in your software. So if you have created a project earlier, then you can open it from here. And save and save as are self-explanatory, that you can save your current project from here. And the new option is here, save new version. So this thing is used for saving the current project with a new version. So if you are mixing something and you want to have two type of mixes of the same project, then you can save one project with using the save and save as button, and save new version for saving the same project as a new version, so it don't replace the priorly created or mixed version of that thing. So if you can understand that, then it will be great. उसके बाद भाई लोगों, import button is there, so you can import MIDI files here. Export is for exporting the finalized product. Finalized product means if you created your project, you produced your music, you mixed it, mastered it, did everything, and at last you want to export it to upload on streaming platforms, to upload on YouTube, using it for a video, whatever you want to do, you can do from here. So export button is here. And you can export in multiple formats like WAV, MP3, OGG, FLAC, MIDI file, upload to cloud. Okay, so there are a lot of options. We will talk about them when we will move further in the videos. And here at the bottom, you can see the recent project which you have created in your software. They will show up here. So you can select them from here and open that project. It is very handy. Okay. And this is the exit button. It will exit from the software. So we'll not use that. And thereafter you see the edit tab. Edit tab consists of some basic features like cut, copy, paste, and the shortcuts of these things. Cut, Control X and Command X in MacBook, and copy is Control C, and paste is Control V. That's I don't think it's useful. And after the edit tab, you will see the most important tab, that is add tab. From here you can add various instruments in your software. So if you want to play piano, if you want to play drum pad, or if you want to play something, or if you want to play any other instrument, any other virtual instrument, there are two type of instruments: the real instruments which you play physically, and the virtual instrument which you play in the box in the software. So from here, from this add tab, we will add a lot of instrument in our project, and then we will play them and make our music. So here are the, by default, you get that much of instruments with FL Studio. If you see here, FL Keys, Flex is an instrument plugin, Fruity DX, GMS, Harmless, Medicine, Poison, Seaver, Slimt, and that type of plugins. So this add tab is used for adding plugins to FL Studio, and along with that, this is also used for refreshing newly added VST plugin. If you have added some sort of VST plugin to your software, downloaded some VST plugin, downloaded some VST generator plugin, and if you want to refresh that, if you want to get that plugin in your software, then what you can do is that you click on the add tab and then you come here, refresh plugin list fast scan. If you will press this, then the software will automatically refresh its plugin list and automatically show you up the newly added plugins. So this is very handy option, my dear friends. And thereafter, this is the pattern button. You will see the pattern button here and also see the pattern button here. These two are the same. This pattern button and this pattern button, these are the same. Okay, they do the same thing. You can see that the options are also same. So we will see it here, not here. Okay, thereafter view button is here. So you can customize your view. You want to view the piano roll or not, you want to view playlist or not, you can customize the view from here, and you can customize it from here too, from the separate elements itself. So this is the playlist. If you want to minimize it, you can minimize it. If you want to maximize it, you can maximize it from here as well. So after that, there are option button contains a lot of settings, which is MIDI setting, audio setting, journal setting, file setting, manage plugin setting. So we will see about these settings in future videos, but this is the basic introduction video, so we are leaving it for now. Okay, thereafter tools, we have a lot of tools: one click recording, macros, riff machine, control creator. So we will see these also in future videos. Okay, and then help section is here. If you want to get help about anything, you can get it from here. Thereafter, this is the button, this is the section in middle. Here you are seeing this number 130. This is tempo. What is tempo? Tempo is the speed of music. Like we have speed in our vehicles, we have speed in humans, we also have speed in music. So tempo is beats per minute. So here 130 means 130 beats per minute is the speed of the current project. We can reduce it by clicking and dragging it down, and we can increase it by clicking and dragging it up. Okay, you can also right click on it. So right click on it, and you will get the presets of tempo: 80, 90, 100, 110. These presets, these tempos are used in various kind of music, like hip hop music has 90 bpm, trap music has 140 bpm, EDM has 130, 120 bpm of tempo. So you can select the tempo as per your requirement. What kind of song you are creating, you can select the tempo as per that. And thereafter, here is the button pattern and song. PAT means pattern and song means song. So this is the thing which I will explain in future videos in detail, but for now I will tell you that pattern is a separate element. Imagine it like pattern is a single instrument playing somewhere, and जो song है, the song is the playlist. Playlist means that you are arranging each and every single element together and making a song out of that. Like you have a piano, okay, you have a guitar, you have a bass, you have a synth, and you are playing them separately. You are playing the piano at a time, you are playing the bass at a time, you are playing the synth at a time, you are playing the drum at a time. Okay, so if you are playing them separately and individual element at a time, then that will be called pattern. And if you are playing them together as a song, then that will be done in song in this playlist. So we will arrange the various patterns of various instrument in playlist. Okay, so I will tell you about this in future videos in detail. Okay, and this is play button, which is the common thing. Everyone knows that this is play button. And this is the stop button. This is a recording button. This button will be used to record the audio. If you want to record the audio, like this is the microphone, and you want to record your vocals or guitar or whatever, then you can record it from here. And if you want to record the notes from the MIDI keyboard, then here is an option for that too. So this is the recording button. We will see it in the future videos. Here we will see these buttons. Okay, FL Studio have a lot of buttons. FL Studio have a lot of buttons and have a lot of knobs, but all of them are not useful. Some of them are useful, but some of them are rarely used. So if you are making certain kind of music, like if you are making hip hop music or if you are making EDM music, then I don't think that you will use each and everything. Okay, so we will see these knobs and see what kind of use they have. So this is the metronome knob. Metronome. If you will play your song, if you are recording your vocal, then you have to have an idea of the speed of the song so that you can sing along with that speed. So you can play your instrument along with that speed. So this is the metronome button, and it will be used for getting the idea of the speed of the song. So if I will play here, then you will listen the sound tuck 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 tuck. So now. Okay, or from here you can change the sound also. If you will right click on this thing, then you will see a lot of options. So you can change the sound, choose between the 4 sounds: hi-hat sound, tick tick sound, beep sound, cowbell sound. So if I will select the cowbell, then it will sound like this. But I personally prefer the tick tick sound, so I choose this. Okay, so thereafter this is the metronome button. So after the metronome button, you have this button. This button is not very much useful. We will see about it in future videos, but for now we'll see this. This is the button which is countdown before start. When you are recording something in your song and you want to get a countdown before you start speaking or start recording the vocal or whatever, then it will give you the countdown of 4 seconds, like tuck 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 tuck. Thereafter the actual recording will start, so that you can prepare yourself for the recording and whatever that. And this button is used for blending the recordings, overdubbing the recording, so the recording will be replaced by another recording if you'll use that. Okay, so these two buttons are not useful that much, so please don't activate them if you are starting out using FL Studio. And this button is used for loop recording. If you'll activate that, and if you start recording your audio, your vocals, it will record in loop until unless you deliberately stop it from here. It will continue recording, so you can record multiple takes of a single recording, so that it is used for that. And if you are starting out, then you don't need to use that. You can record separately and individually, manually. Okay, and now we will see this button. So this button is typing keyboard to piano keyboard button. Like if this is activated, then you can use the computer keyboard as a MIDI keyboard. So if you want to play piano with your computer keyboard, and if this button is yellow, then you can use your computer keyboard. And if this button is not yellow, then you cannot use your computer's keyboard as the MIDI keyboard. So you cannot play piano and other notes using your computer keyboard. Okay, this button is used for scrolling to each marker. So we will add markers in future videos when we'll start producing music with FL Studio. So we will use markers and all that kind of things. So markers are extremely useful for arranging songs, so we will use it in later videos. And this is step editing mode button, so we will see it in future videos, because for beginners all these buttons are not useful. Only 2 to 3 buttons are useful for beginner people, like this metronome button, this countdown before start, and this piano keyboard to typing keyboard to piano keyboard. And this is linked to controller button, which will be used when you will connect a MIDI keyboard to your software. So we'll see it then. So friends, now we will move to the next thing, and the next thing is this clock type of thing here. You can see this thing, and now you cannot see me because my camera stopped working, so don't worry about that. So this thing, this timer shows the time of your song, that how long your song is. So if you will if you will hit this play button, then you will see this time here. So we don't have anything in our playlist. Our playlist is empty, so it's just showing 1 bar. Okay, so 1 bar is this, na, yahan se yahan tak. 1 to 2 is 1 bar, so it's showing just few seconds. But if you will fill your playlist with some patterns, then you will see that the timer will move ahead. So if I click here and see, so this is 24 second, 25 second, okay, and here 33 seconds. Okay, so it will show the length of your songs. And now moving ahead to this thing, this is the pattern button. I have already showed it to you here. This is also the same thing, the pattern. What is pattern and what is song? Pattern here and song here. So the pattern is, I have already told you that pattern is just imagine one thing, that you have a group of people with you, okay, and each of them have expertise in playing a certain instrument. Like someone plays guitar, someone plays piano, and someone plays the bass, someone plays the drums, and all of them are sitting in separate rooms. Like the guitarist is sitting in separate room, the drummer is sitting in a separate room, the bass player is sitting in a separate room, and they are playing their instruments separately. So if you want to hear the guitarist, then you have to go to his room, okay, and if you want to hear the bass player, then you have to go to his room, okay. They are playing it separately. So if something is played separately, then that will be called pattern. In the FL Studio, in the music production software, in the digital audio workstation, we will call it pattern, because that is a separate instrument, that is a separate thing, that is a separate code, that is a separate melody, which we have created to use in our song, to use that at a certain place in our song. So we will call it pattern. And what will be called song? Song is that, like I have told you, that you have a lot of people and they are sitting in separate rooms, and then you call all of them, and then you tell them together in a big hall and play each and everything together so that it can sound like a song. So we will create a lot of patterns here using this pattern button in this channel rec. Channel rec is used for creating patterns, and then we will arrange the patterns in this place. This place is called playlist. So if you are not understanding what I'm trying to say, and if you are not getting anything, then you don't need to worry about this thing, because I will make separate videos on each of them, like separate video on playlist, separate video on channel rec, separate video on mixer, and now we will move towards mixer. So these buttons are used to open various elements of the software. Like this button is used to open the playlist. Here if you will click it, then playlist get minimized, minimized, and if you'll click it again, then playlist will get maximized. Okay, if you want to open playlist, you have to click this button. If you want to open the piano roll, then you have to click on this button. What is piano roll? Piano roll is used to align notes. Like these are the notes. Okay, so where you want to play your note, where you want to play your kick, where you want to play your piano, and on which note you want to play your kick. A, C, D, E, F, G. These are the musical notes. So this will be used when we will create chords, when we will create drum patterns. In future videos, I will explain it in detail, so you don't need to worry about it. Okay, there will be a separate video on each and every element, like piano roll and the channel rec and each and everything. Okay, so this button is used for opening piano roll, and this button is used for opening channel rec. I have already told you that channel rec is useful for creating patterns. Okay, and now this is used for opening the mixer. Mixer is used for mixing. It is named mixer for a reason, because it is used for mixing. And what is mixing? Mixing is reducing or increasing certain instruments volume so that you can give a certain feel to your song, adding some sort of effects in order to make your song sound good, sound much more professional. And we'll see mixing in future videos as well in complete detail, so don't need to worry about that. Okay, and mixer is also used for controlling each and every separate instrument which you will add here in channel recs. Okay, so here you can see that in channel rec we have 4 samples. One is of kick, one is of clap, one is of hi-hat, and one is of snare. And you can see this number in front of those samples, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what this number means? This number means that the kick is routed to the mixer channel number 1. If I will do it 2, then you can see that this will move. This will move 3, so it moved to 3. 4, it moved to 4. So 1 number means that the kick sample is routed to mixer channel insert number 1. 2 means that the clap is routed to this, and 3 means that the hi-hat routed to 3 number mixer channel, and 4 means that the snare is routed to 4 number. And we have a lot of inserts in mixer. You can see that the maximum number of insert here are 125. So you can add 125 instrument, and I don't know whether it goes beyond that, because I never used that much of mixer channel track, and you will also not use that much of tracks, because we don't have that much of instrument in nowadays songs. Okay, and here you can see that this place is used for adding effects to each and every mixer track separately. So if you have selected mixer insert number 8, and then you will add some effect here, then that will only be added to the mixer track number 8, and that will be added to only those samples or instruments which are routed to mixer number 8. So for now, here are no instrument and no samples routed to mixer number 8, so this will be not useful. Now friends, we will move toward the left hand side. This is the browser window, and you can minimize and maximize it from here. If you click on this button, you will see that browser window get minimized, and if you will click it again, then you will see that it get maximized. So the browser window contains each and everything whatever you have in your software, whether it be sample, whether it be VST plugins, whether it be generator plugins, whether it be effect, whatever you have in your software for creating music, you can find that in browser window. If you have messed up your browser window like this, you have opened a lot of things and you don't know what to do next, then you can just simply come up to this place, and in these three patterns, you can click on the arrow sign, and if you'll click on that, then everything will get minimized and you will see clean and clear browser window. So I will tell you in brief about the browser window also. So here you have a lot of options: current project, recent file, plugin, database, plugin preset, channel preset, mixer preset, score, backup, clipboard file, demo projects, and envelopes, and a lot of things. Okay, so I will tell you in brief what these things are meant for. So current project means the things you have used in the current project will be shown up here. We will see in detail in the future videos. Okay. Recent files means the recent files, whether it be audio file, whether it be a project, whether it be a VST plugin, whether it be a effect, whatever you have used in your recent files will be shown up here. Okay. And the plugin database means the plugins you have in your software, the plugins you have in your computer, installed plugins will be shown here. So plugins are of 2 types. You can see here that effect and generators. These are the 2 types of plugins you will use in music production. Effect plugins are those plugins which do not produce sound themselves. Okay, they don't produce any sound, they edit sound. And generators are those which produce sound themselves. Like you have a piano plugin that will produce piano sound, but if you will apply reverb to that piano plugin like this, you can see that here you have gain, flanger, filter, dynamics, distortion, delay, reverb. Okay, then if you apply the reverb to that piano plugin, reverb itself doesn't produce any sound, but that this reverb plugin will change the sound of that piano or guitar or whatever the plugin on which you are applying the reverb plugin will change the sound of that instrument. Okay, so the effects do not produce their sound themselves, that they are meant for manipulating the already produced sound, and generator plugin produce sound themselves. So the generator plugin may be it may be a synth, it may be a piano, it may be a guitar or whatever. Okay, so we will see next what is the next plugin preset. These are the same things: plugin database, plugin preset, you can see it here. And thereafter we have the channel preset, so 3XO ka preset. So 3XO is a FL Studio's default plugin. So these are the presets are those settings which are already set up by the expert music producer, so you don't need to do a lot of heavy work. You can just drag and drop those presets and use them in your music production. Okay, so these are the mixer preset which you will create or you will get with FL Studio by default. So those plugins, those presets will be shown up here. Okay, and mixer preset are also shown up here in file, and here are the mixer preset. We will see in future all these things we will see in future. Here is a backup folder. FL Studio automatically takes the backup. So if you'll create something, it will automatically take the backup and save it as a new file. Okay, so now we will move to the PEX folder. PEX folder is extremely important for beginners. If you want to create something real quick, then this PEX folder contains a lot of samples by default which are provided by ImageLine FL Studio. When you will install FL Studio, you will get them with FL Studio itself. So here you can see that these are the cymbal and these are the kicks. Okay, and here are the percussion. So you'll get a lot of sample. You can use it for creating any kind of song you want to create, and we'll see it in future videos. And now moving ahead down, so this was the brief introduction, my dear friends, for FL Studio, and we will see each and everything like the playlist, like the piano roll, the mixer, the channel rec in detail in future videos. So you don't need to worry about that. Just watch this video 2 to 3 times so you can get your hands on this software and you can make yourself familiar with FL Studio. In my opinion, FL Studio is the best software for creating music. So if you want to learn a software for creating music, then FL Studio will be a great choice. So learn it with me. Subscribe to my channel if you like my videos, like my video if you like my video, and put your comment down what you need next. I will make videos on each and everything, and I will make a series on FL Studio course from beginner 0 to hero. So friends, that's all for now. See you in next video. Jai Shri Ram.